In a laundry, a gangster boss named Chen Chai-lung or Dragon Chan. Although he's not a big boss, his skills are highly recognized by the gangsters in Hong Kong, and until now, no one has been able to defeat him. This time, he is dealing with another gang that is kidnapping 3 of his men as hostage, and to free them, Chai-lung must beat them in a game of mahjong. In no time, Chai-lung was able to win this game. Thus, the 3 men were freed. However, they didn't just let Chai-lung go. That was because one of the enemy gangsters wanted to challenge him to a one-on-one duel. Chai-lung gladly accepted the challenge. In this duel, Chai-lung did not attack much and only avoided the opponent's punches. After the gangster was exhausted, Chai-lung immediately beat him with kung fu techniques, which made his opponent faint instantly. After knocking out the gangster, Chai-lung asked the gangsters to open the door. However, Chai-lung was almost ganged up on by the gangsters who didn't want to lose the duel. But fortunately, Chai-lung was very slippery and agile, so he was able to escape very easily. Then in a small alley, Chai-lung met a policeman named Captain Chung King Kun, and here it is finally revealed that Chai-lung is a police spy, aka an intelligence officer. Chung couldn't understand how Chai-lung was always making a chaos scene. In fact, his mission is to investigate triad officials. As a superior, Chung advised Chai-lung to be more focused on his mission. After being reminded by his captain, Chai-lung was reminded of the moment last year where he celebrated his mother's birthday and invited all his men. Then afterward, he had a one-on-one talk with his mother and said that he wanted to stop being a police spy. Because if his identity is revealed, then his mother's life will definitely be threatened. However, Chai-lung's mother asked her son to be patient while strengthening Chai-lung. The scene then switches to a secluded place. Here, there was a gangster named Sunny or Lo Chai-wei. He is a very manipulative gangster who likes to cheat his business partners. Currently, he is making a transaction with a high-ranking gangster who is his own uncle. However, he deceived him by giving him a suitcase filled with garbage. As a result, the high-ranking tret was furious and immediately tortured Sunny's men. Seeing this, Sunny immediately got out of the car and brutally beat his uncle's men. After that, he also beat his uncle mercilessly. The uncle said that Sunny would be labeled as a traitor and would definitely be finished off by the other gangsters. Hearing this, Sunny became even more furious. He finally finished his own uncle off with a shovel. Sunny then ordered his men to bury the uncle in the middle of the forest. Elsewhere, Chai-lung was at the barbershop of the big gangster boss Chung Mo-hung. He is the most powerful gangster boss in Hong Kong. He has controlled almost all the small gangs, including Chai-lung's gang. Despite being so powerful, Mo-hung used to be a barber. That night, he invited Chai-lung's mother to have a shave at his place. While shaving, Mo-hung scolds Chai-lung for beating up another gang, even though Mo-hung is trying to keep the peace. Mo-hung also said that Chai-lung's actions could get him arrested by the police. Chai-lung, of course, immediately defends himself, feeling innocent of his actions, and they argue. The argument almost leads to a fistfight, but Mo-hung tells Chai-lung to be quiet first, because he's afraid his cut will be ruined. After the shave, Mo-hung warned Chai-lung not to betray him. If he did, Mo-hung would not hesitate to cut Chai-lung's life away. The next day, Chai-lung returned to see Mo-hung at the restaurant. Here, Mo-hung wanted to give him a mission to catch Sunny who had stolen his stuff, and Sunny happened to be Chai-lung's subordinate. Sunny was just a new kid in the gang, but Chai-lung managed to make him as powerful as he is now because he always told Sunny to get into fisticuffs. But for some reason, Chai-lung felt that this mission was too risky. He finally met Captain Chung again and decided to resign from his undercover. He just wanted to live in peace with his mother. Captain Chung also forbade him to quit just like that, especially since the mission was almost complete. The captain also promised Chai-lung that he only needed to do one last mission, and after that, he would get a promotion. And the mission was to catch and arrest Sunny. Chai-lung was surprised that the mission he was given was the same as Mo-hung had ordered. If he managed to catch Sunny, then the police could get enough evidence to catch Mo-hung's gang. In this mission, Chai-lung had to go to mainland China and cooperate with the police there. The next day, Chai-lung went straight to meet a policeman named Fang Jin, who would be working with him. The beautiful policeman was the best member of the local police force and had now been promoted. Long story short, Fang takes Chai Lung to an apartment that will be their base during the investigation. Soon after, Fang's superior, Captain Lei Peng, arrived at the place. After getting acquainted with Chai Lung, he immediately explained about Sunny's background. So, ever since Sunny left the gang, he has been brutalizing in America and becoming famous in the Chinatown area. After that, he returned to China to work with the Mohung gang represented by his uncle. However, he deceived and killed his own uncle. Hearing this, Chai Lung stopped Captain Lee's explanation because he already knew everything. He also proposes to trap Sunny by taking him out to dinner at a nearby restaurant. He would keep Sunny there until the police caught him. However, Captain Lei and Fang are skeptical of the plan. Although they knew that Chai Lung was a policeman, Chai Lung's longtime habit of disguising himself as a gangster made it difficult for them to trust him. In the end, Chai Lung goes ahead with his plan, while Fang and Captain Lei are no choice to follow Chai Lung's wishes. After all, he was the one who knew Sunny more. Long story short, Sunny was invited to dinner at the restaurant. Before the food was served, he introduced Chai Lung to his men. He said that Chai Lung was his best mentor. But on the other hand, he also underestimated Chai Lung, who was getting older and weaker. Hearing this, Chai Lung wanted to test Sunny's skills. As a result, they dueled fiercely in front of Sunny's men. However, Chai Lung stopped because he didn't want to embarrass Sunny in front of his men. Soon, the food served, and they ate dinner together. As they ate, Chai Lung asked Sunny if he had stolen Mohung's stuff and killed his own uncle. Upon hearing this, Sunny looked very offended. Chai Lung then went to the toilet to pee, while waiting for the police to arrive. But suddenly one of Sunny's men was shot by a sniper. Sunny thought that the sniper was ordered by Chai Lung. He mobilized all the gangsters to eliminate Chai Lung on the spot. Fortunately, Chai Lung was able to avoid the mob. He then called Fang for help. However, the policewoman didn't pick up, as she was chasing after the mysterious sniper. So, inevitably Chai Lung must return to brutality and defeat dozens of gangsters alone. Thanks to his brutality, Chai Lung finally managed to escape by car. But it turned out that Sunny had called hundreds of gangster troops to surround him. And before finishing off Chai Lung, Sunny again confirms whether the mentor he respects intends to kill him. Before he could answer, Fang suddenly appeared with Sunny's reinforcements, and his men were taken to the police station for interrogation. Apparently, Sunny has also committed many crimes in mainland China, including extortion against rich people. But unfortunately, the police couldn't find any evidence, so they had to release Sunny again. But before that, Fang ordered Sunny to take a urine test first. He suspected that Sunny had taken drugs. After the interrogation, Chai Lung returned to the headquarters. Fang, Captain Lei, and Captain Chung are already there. They blame each other for Sunny's arrest ending in vain. Eventually, Fang gets annoyed with Chai Lung. As a result, she immediately called for a fight. Fortunately, the two captains who were there were able to separate them. Elsewhere, there was a sniper named Dao Feng, or Blade, who killed Sunny's men last night. As it turned out, he was Uncle Sunny's man who intended to avenge his boss's death. The next day, Chai Lung was on the rooftop practicing his shooting skills. Not long after, Fang came to apologize for what happened last night. She felt guilty for not being able to control her emotions. Chai Lung takes it in stride, as he is a forgiving man. To alleviate her guilt, Fang finally teaches Chai Lung a more precise shooting technique. It is said that Fang is the best shooting athlete in the country and has won international tournaments. After shooting practice, Chai Lung invited Fang to a duel and wanted to know Fang's martial arts skills. Fang gladly accepted the challenge, and it turns out that Fang's martial arts skills are no less great than Chai Lung's. Moments later, Chai Lung and Sunny are called by Mohung. Here, they decide to reconcile. Mohung had forgiven Sunny for not being able to prove that Sunny was the one who killed his uncle and stole his stuff. Mohung had also found the mysterious shooter, who was none other than Dao Feng the Blade. So he asked Sunny and Chai Lung not to blame each other. Then Mo Hung told Chai Lung to catch Dao Feng as soon as possible. But unexpectedly, it was all Mo Hung's trickery. When Sunny and Chai Lung left, he immediately contacted Dao Feng and gave orders to finish Sunny off. Mo Hung also promised to send Dao Feng abroad if he became a police fugitive. Apparently, the gangster boss is still convinced that Sunny is the one who stole his stuff. On the other hand, Chai Lung tells him about Dao Feng's hiding location. However, he wasn't too sure since it was Mo Hung who gave the location. Even so, Fang and her troops would still raid the place. She also forbade Chai Lung from joining the mission, lest his identity be discovered. Once there, Fang and her team split up to search for Dao Feng. Meanwhile, Chai Lung secretly followed the policeman, as he had a very bad feeling. At the same time, Dao Feng was aiming at them from a distance. Chai Lung, who saw this, immediately contacted Fang. But suddenly, the policeman chased and shot at Dao Feng, who wanted to run away. The gangster sniper epically fought off the police while hanging from a building. Dao Feng then herded Fang into a warehouse and a shootout was inevitable. During the excitement, Chai Lung suddenly appears to help Fang. But unfortunately, the gangster managed to lock Chai Lung's movements by pointing his gun. Dao Feng then choked Chai Lung with his necklace. He threatened to kill Chai Lung if Fang dared to shoot him. Luckily, Fang didn't fall for Dao Feng's trick. As a result, she still can finish off Dao Feng with a sharp shot. That night, Fang cries alone on the rooftop. She felt very guilty for killing people, while it was her duty to bring him to justice according to the law. Hearing this, Chai Lung tried to calm Fang down until she smiled again. The next day, Chai Lung had a talk with Sunny. Here, the gangster wanted to get him to cooperate. Sunny promised to give him a high position in his gang. Chai Lung agreed to work with him. But he also brings a tapper device to Sunny's house so that Fang and her men can listen in on their conversations. Sunny then explains that the item he stole from his uncle was a secret file. It contained the crime's evidence of rich people. Whoever had it could blackmail them as much as possible. Sunny also planned to give half the data to Mo Hung so that the gangster boss wouldn't bully him anymore. At the end of the conversation, Sunny threatened to kill all of Chai Lung's family if he dared to betray the deal. The next day, Chai Lung returns to Sunny's house to collect the data to give to Mo Hung. Meanwhile, Fang and her troops go into hiding before catching Sunny. But strangely, Sunny and the gangsters aren't there. Chai Lung goes into the computer room to look for the data. But unexpectedly, there was only a video on the computer. In the video, Chai Lung's henchman said that he had seen him talking to the police, and he was sure that Chai Lung was an undercover cop. Chai Lung could only remain silent while looking for a way to secure his mother. On the other hand, Fang asks him to hide for a while, and she promises to catch Sunny soon. At the same time, Sunny is finishing off his own men, and still unknown what's going through his mind, but his actions this time are completely absurd. In fact, one of Sunny's men gets scared and reports the incident to Mo Hung. On the other hand, Fang comes to Mo Hung, who is peeing in a public restroom. Here, Mo Hung tells Fang that he planned this whole mess from the beginning. He's also known Chai Lung's identity for a long time. So Mo Hung plans to pit his sheep against the power-crazed Sunny and have them kill each other. That way, his position as the big boss will be irreplaceable. Hearing this, Fang immediately kicked Mo Hung in the balls, and the fisticuffs were inevitable. Later, Fang pretended to give in so that the police would have a reason to arrest Sunny. And sure enough, Captain Chung and his subordinates showed up on the spot. Mo Hung can only surrender because he's been cornered. On the other hand, Chai Lung is on his way home to take his mother away. He's very worried about his mother being hurt by Sunny or Mo Hung, the gangster boss. And sure enough, Sunny is already at his house. The gangster also had dared to torture Chai Lung's mother very brutally. How could he dare to kill his own uncle, let alone someone else? A moment later, Chai Lung arrived at his house. Fortunately, the mother was still breathing despite her severe injuries. Not wasting time, Chai Lung rushed his mother to the nearest hospital. After his mother was treated, he was determined to get revenge on Sunny. Fang and Captain Chung try to stop him in his tracks. That's because if Chai Lung gets involved in any more violence, he could be fired from the police force. Despite this, Chai Lung is still determined to finish off the gangsters who dared to hurt his mother. At the same time, one of Sunny's henchmen tries to escape with his boss's money. However, Sunny caught him red-handed. As a result, the two gangsters fought each other. Just as Sunny wanted to kill his henchman, Chai Lung suddenly appears from behind in his car. Sunny immediately dodges because Chai Lung wants to run him over. Meanwhile, Sunny's men manage to escape with all the money. Sunny, who was cornered, decided to run away. A chase ensues. Fang also joins the chase with her incredible parkour skill. She jumped from car to car with ease. Eventually, she was able to jump into Sunny's car. Next, Fang barged into Sunny's car, and then fought with him to break his concentration. Chai Lung was able to keep up with the car's speed. Chai Lung then approached Sunny's car in the hope of pulling Fang into his car. Unfortunately, Sunny still can to throw Fang into the middle of the road. In addition, their reckless behavior also caused traffic chaos, so Chai Lung decides to drive Sunny to a bridge that is being constructed. Here, they clashed with each other's cars. Eventually, Sunny's car was thrown off the bridge. Unfortunately, Sunny still can jump off before his car was thrown off. So, inevitably, Chai Lung had to return to brutality. The two of them struggled at the end of the bridge in a very tense situation. Although he had fallen, Chai Lung's endurance should not be underestimated. He eventually got up and beat Sunny to a pulp. Once he was satisfied with his brutality, Chai Lung immediately ended the duel with his ultimate death. Not long after, Fang and her troops arrived to catch and arrested Sunny. Chai Lung really wanted to kill the gangster, but he realized that doing so could land him in jail. So in the end, he left the rest to the police. At the end of the film, Chai Lung is promoted and lives happily with Fang and his mother. Then the film ended.